You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcast all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. It's Tuesday, a great, great day. I can't wait to get it going. I miss y'all again today. Let me tell you something. I saw Sonya, you wasn't on yesterday. I missed you yesterday. I miss y'all over the Arctic freeze, and when I see your names pop up and I didn't see you yesterday, I got to shout out to you. But first, we're gonna start this off right. First, I want to talk to the starting five. And our starting five, I give a salute to them every day. They are the first 5 people to sign up to the feed, okay? Either via Facebook or YouTube. So let me let you know who those people are now. Jonathan Griffin. Jonathan, that's your first. I don't remember you being first. Doc Newsom. Doc, I don't remember you being first. Who's that? Mindy Collins. Yeah, she gets in there. Corey Willis. And Thaddeus Moody is in the building from Chicago, man. He said, how about those Chicago Bulls? Don't say that. Say it. Shh. Mindy is on the feed. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Chicago beat the Rockets. I ain't gonna talk about it though, Mindy. I'm not today. What's up, Sonya? Rod Wells. Let me see what else we got on. What's up, Landon? Chris Charles. Todd Holmes, Derek Johnson in the building. I see my boy Joe Baldridge on there. What's up, Scholar Athletes Basketball Academy? Corey Willis, Alex, what's going on, Alex? Castero, Mindy on both. Let me tell you, this is what I love about Chop Shop in the Boom Boom Room. We got people, they got multiple devices. They gonna see what y'all talking about over here and what they talking about on there. And I got to get better at posting. Hey, Mindy, when somebody say something good, I'll put it on the screen. If you got something profound to say, not profane, profound to say, and guess what? I'll put it on the screen. My nephew is on the screen. Derek Lane, all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. My favorite high school football coach is on the screen today. Kevin Drones. Let me see who else I got. Man, I want to talk to my people first. Barry McDonald. Who is that? Daryl Anderson. Y'all know Craig Lilly is in the building. Jessica Brooks is in the building. Tori, what's up, Tori? Tori, where you been? Tori, when y'all play, Tori? Tell me what's going on with Shy Ranch over there. Say, what you got going on? Who you following in the high school playoffs? You know, because you always got something to say. I want to know who you following in the high school. Jameson, I got your information, baby. I worked on that, Jameson. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it. They sent me some information on it. But you know, you and I know what I'm talking about. Kim, hey Kim, you know I miss you. Where you been? Kim been acting up, man. I gotta talk to her. Hey, Brandy, how it feel? Undefeated in the district. Brandy, y'all beat somebody so bad the other day. Brandy, I could have played in that game. You know, I could have played in that game. Hey, who else? Now my girl Crystal Wilkes. Crystal, I'm glad this. Crystal, I didn't see you yesterday. Who else I got? Brandon said, who cheat? Who cheat, Brandon? Doug Jones. Let me tell you something. I told y'all this yesterday, but I'm gonna say it again today. I said, this our show. I can say it. Let me tell you something. That Doug Jones, that Gary Carter, Jim Hicks, and Jeffrey Day. And let me tell you something. Those are the only guys that I can't. I guess the algorithms on my Twitter and stuff. Those guys, I get their information. I don't know because I don't really follow too many people. You know, I follow events and world leaders and stuff like that. So I don't really follow that much. But these guys keep me informed about high school basketball. And I know y'all love high school basketball. And we gonna talk about high school basketball. But let me tell y'all something. At the 1 o'clock hour, I got something I want to share with y'all. I got a guest coming in. By the way, This morning, I got a call at 10 o'clock. Let me show you how this stuff works. This why I love this chop shop. I got a call at 10. You know, the show come on at 12. Jimmy had a change of heart. He wasn't going to go to the funeral, but he started thinking about Lou Hill last night. Jimmy called me at 10. At 9 this morning, Alan Branch called me. He was already in Rio Grande, headed to the funeral for Lou Hill. Then Jimmy called. I'm just showing you how God works, y'all. Then Jimmy called me at 10 and said, man, I got to go. I said, dude, I got it. But I got a special guest coming on at 1 o'clock that's going to share with y'all. Parents, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one for you. I talked to one of the leaders. I got a program, one of those 707 programs that you see compete all over the country. He is the owner and because, you know, I wanted to really talk to him and share with him because of the Cam Newton situation with the young kid. Because we got the, you remember, y'all, let me tell you something. I went to the golf course after I left the show. Yes, I did. And when I pulled up on the balcony, some people had been watching the show. And the lady said, Mr. Hatter, I just watched your show. Y'all, this just yesterday. And let me tell you something, it warmed my heart. There's something that I can say that resonated with her. I don't even remember saying it, y'all. I really don't. I'm serious. But she talked about, we're talking about something, and I always talk about kids and how we let's I don't want to lose the kids. Let's not throw the kids away. And all I said is easier to build strong children than to repair weak men. She said, wow. She stopped me, y'all. I'm about to go hit my ball. And let me tell y'all something, man. It just warmed my heart. And some stuff that I wanted to talk about yesterday that I didn't get. You know, y'all, 2 hours just, you know, it goes by so fast. So yesterday, I wanted to share something with y'all. And y'all just don't know. I feel good today. You know, several things. Sunday, this past Sunday. So I meant to talk about it yesterday. But this past Sunday, in 1965, Malcolm X was assassinated in the Audubon Ballroom. He was 39 years old, y'all. 39 years old. 56 years ago today, Malcolm, yeah, like I said, he was assassinated. But the reason I'm saying this, y'all, I will forever be grateful to Malcolm in his life, his sacrifices, and writing that book that changed and saved my life. It's 2 books. That one and Understanding Your Potential by Miles Monroe changed my life. And I just had to share that with y'all. It's just unbelievable. That's why when guys like that put some in me, that's why I always try to put some. I know we can get sports anyway. You can turn on those other channels to get sports. I'm going to give you some sports today, believe you. But sometimes, you know, my job is to take the baton. You know, when somebody else, this is what I love about this thing, John Newsom. And all of y'all are doing great things. I talk about y'all all the time. All of y'all doing great things in y'all life. And it's up to us to pass the baton. You know how people talk about pass the torch? No. You run just like a relay race. You run your race. And then when it's your time, you pass the baton. And I take the baton, then I run it. And then I run my leg. And then I pass the baton. And that's how we got to start thinking, man. We got to do something so profound that we're able to pass it on to our next generation and our kids. And shout out to Grambling and Jackson State. They got a chance to play on NBA TV yesterday. I didn't tape it. I missed it. I ran off, rushing off to the golf course. I didn't push the tape and forgot about it. And I don't know who won the games. I didn't see it. And maybe somebody can share that to you. But another thing, because just, I like history. I like history. On yesterday, because I meant to say these things yesterday, in 1989, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince became the first rap group to win a Grammy for Best Rap Performance. But some was unique. The duo was not present to accept the award. When the nominees of the category were told the award wouldn't be televised, when all the nominees, they chose to boycott the show because you ain't gonna televise me while I'm gonna show up. So they didn't show up. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. A lot of people didn't know. Man, I'm learning so much stuff. Historic moment last night. This weekend, University of Texas had a season opener at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Major League Stadium. Texas had 3 black basketball players in the infield, third base, second base, and shortstop. And one of them had to be a friend of mine's, a nephew, Dylan Campbell, went to straight Jesuits, 2 sports star, football and a baseball star. I think it's his dad, Donovan Campbell, played with Jimmy at TSU baseball. Y'all, this stuff is unbelievable. It's unbelievable that it's funny. It's just funny. I'm sitting there watching this stuff. The universe, y'all. If you're not from Texas, you won't understand that. The University of Texas got 3 black infielders. 3 black infielders. Unbelievable. Let me see what else I had for you. Wow. Hold up, y'all. I got so much stuff for you. And I want a question to all because somebody told me, Dad, I can't believe you didn't do this. Have anybody, just tell me if you, without Googling, do anybody know who Bobby Flay is? Bobby, F-L-A-Y. F-L-A-Y. Because I got scolded by my son this morning. Tell me, Dad, I can't believe you don't know who Bobby Flay is. I said, no. But did anybody know? I'm just trying to find out, did anybody know who, okay, Dr. Newsom, thank you. Dreaming League, I'm sorry. I know who Emerald is. I know who Gordon Ramsay is. Tory. I did not know. I don't watch all that mess. My son, y'all, let me tell y'all something. And I don't know about y'all, but both of my kids are away. One in California, one in LA. And thank Rick helped me. Rick, thank you, Rick. Rick didn't know him either. But when they call me early in the morning, y'all, I don't know how y'all feel about it. That's one of the best feelings in the world to me. When one of my kids, okay, Trey. That's one of the, when they call me in the morning, it just makes my day. And my son is doing a project. One of his new ventures is going to use Bobby Flay. And he was bragging about him this morning, and he kind of scolded me like that, like he know more than me, y'all. He did, but thank you, Angie. It was unique that I'm sitting there talking about him. He talked about him this morning. Thank y'all so much. Okay, I got another one for y'all. When I was a little young boy, I'll never forget this. From Memphis, and Pine Hill Community Center is a community center that I grew up when I was younger, and when a little boy, I went to the gym, and I didn't realize y'all got to help me here, Tori. I did not realize how the things that I was around when I was a young boy, I didn't realize them until till now. But Pine Hill Community Center had a community center, gym, pool tables, and everything in it. Check this out: a swimming pool, okay, and a golf course, all on the same property. I never learned how to play golf when I was a little boy. Didn't even think about it. Because guess what? I was in the gym, or at the swimming pool, or in the park pitching horseshoes with the old guys. So in I remember one of my friends called me the other day. We were just reminiscing. Hey, how to go to Alex Hines' YouTube channel to see Grambling versus Jack. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Derek. Derek, Derek, I don't want to go back and see the game. I wanted to see it on NBA TV, Derek. I'm sorry, Derek. I didn't want to see it. But let me get back to my story. Uh, uh, so this gentleman, you know, when the big guys come in and play, all the little kids had to sit to the side and watch. But they had a gentleman was there that was, the best basketball player that I didn't realize how good he was because when I was a little boy, I cared about all sports. I didn't care just about basketball. You know, I wasn't just a basketball. I played baseball, I played everything, football, everything. So, but this guy, he used to just glide down the basketball court. Unbelievable, y'all. So I remember his name. And I remember what he told me because I knew how he could dribble so good. And I said, how do you learn how to dribble like that? And he told me, go get blindfold, line up some chairs and go around the chairs. Hey, y'all, don't try that at home. It's crazy. It was hard. But I tried. But this guy, his name was Henry Logan, okay? I was wondering what the hell he's doing in Memphis. I'm talking about, no, this just on Sunday. I said, something in my mind said, why was he in Memphis? And I had a chance to meet him. He had a community center gym, but he told me he played in the ABA. Look that name up while we're talking, Henry Logan. And he had a lot of surgeries on his knee. But when I saw him, with all the knee surgeries over, he was still the best player in the gym and the best player I saw. So I Googled his name because I was wondering, up until Sunday was the only time I ever Googled his name. Then I found out Undefeated did an article on him in 2018. Now, I was a little bitty baby, a little bitty boy. On Sunday, this guy came across my mind, and they said how hoops legend Henry Logan overcame injuries, alcoholism, and illiteracy. Go find it. Great story. Former ABA guy. He won an ABA championship with Rick Barry. Got drafted by the Seattle. He couldn't read. He couldn't write. He said the people just pushed him through school. Alex, they just pushed him through school. Didn't nobody, make sure you share the show, y'all, because I got some stuff I'm finna share with y'all. I'm trying to share it via all the platforms right now. But I sit there and said, wow. Robert Hatter, go look at it. He said, the subheading said, how the guard was derailed early on in his life and life went into a tailspin, but he got saved and changed his life. Yes, Corey, I walked with greatness. I was a little boy. I did not realize. Shannon, Alex, what if I asked that man, see, this is a story to all the young kids. When you're around greatness, like the little boy was around, the young man was around Cam Newton the other day. grab hold to the greatness and said, man, what if I, as a little boy, had to said, okay, forget about all basketball. Why don't I walk up around the corner and go to the golf course and just see what they doing up there? I never did it. As good as a golfer I am now, could you imagine if I had been exposed at a young age? And I hope this helping somebody. And I thought about that little boy. He was around greatness. Cam Newton is greatness. I don't know about y'all. How many of your friends that did what Cam Newton done? I'll wait. How many of the friends, how many people you know? Hold up. What's up, Chuck McGowan? Isn't anybody on this feed has did what Cam Newton has done? Are comparable in the sporting arena. But I look at this, man. It's a fascinating story. And I went back and I called people from home. You know, a lot of people are not around anymore. And my older brothers, the two that used to be at the gym with me, they passed away. I couldn't ask them. That's why I tell you, young people, sit down and talk to the older people of your past. Because once they pass, all of that information, they're walking encyclopedias. All of that information die with them. That's why I told y'all I'm writing a book. So I don't want Little Rick to be able to tell my story. I don't want Max Kellerman to tell my story. I want to be able to write my book and write my story down for later. Shannon, you're a great lawyer. Some young man might need what you got in you to want to be a great lawyer. And y'all, I thought about myself. I said, why did the guy, he told me to go around the chairs. Why did I come back the next day and say, give me some more, tell me some more, tell me some more, tell me some more? You young guys doing this summer basketball thing. I mean, high school basketball stuff. Y'all around Jim Hicks. It's no value to me. But y'all need to pull from him. Kenneth Gamble. Y'all need to pull from him. 10, 15 years ago, he was training kids. How many of y'all went over there and watched him train kids? How many? We got to start in this sports business, sports agent business. There's no way a person should try to get in this business and not at least call me and ask me. Even if you don't like me, I'm going to give you the information. Y'all, we got... And I'm not going to beat up myself for not doing it. Because I'm all right. But I just think about it, y'all. We just walk past people. We walk past greatness. And we just get some out of this thing. Trey Phillips. Trey Phillips been doing this stuff in girls basketball. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to do something in girls basketball without going and sit at his feet. I said, man, what can I do? What can I do? We got to get better at that, y'all, but I got more when we come back. But Chop Shop, I just had to take you to that. That's my life. But Chop Shop, we'll be back in just a moment. Let me find my here we go. Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But guess what? Jim ain't not here today. I got a special guest coming on at the top of the hour. He gonna blow you away. We gonna blow you away. However it gonna happen. But it was some unique thing. I had a conversation yesterday, and I wanna want to share a little bit more about it. And the conversation was about, what's up, everybody? Share the show right quick. We got to start understanding some of this stuff. A unique situation happened, and y'all help me. And because let me tell you something. I look to y'all. Y'all got wisdom too. You know, I just happen to be sometimes in this sports circle at a high level, but y'all got common sense. A lot of this stuff is just common sense. But I was talking about Ryan Saunders, Flip Saunders' son, who got his job, yes, because of who we know. His dad was Flip Saunders. He got a job with the Minnesota Timberwolves. And a young man, I remember him just hanging around because, and the reason, I'm going to show you the connection. You know, and that's when people talk. I got to show you, sometime I got to connect the dots for you. Sam Cassell used to coach for the Wizards under Flip Saunders. At the summer leagues, when I go to the summer league, I used to go with the Washington Wizards. Wherever they stay, wherever they go, the credentials they had. So so I got to know Ryan. He was just a young guy on the staff. But his dad, Flip, was the boss. So I got to know Ryan. So he got fired from the Minnesota Timberwolves. We could talk about a little NBA right now. But what happened is, this the key. And I'm gonna show. I'm gonna paint a picture, and then I'm gonna play a video for you. Okay. So y'all, we gonna talk about high school basketball. I got some of that for you, but I want to show you something, because all of y'all think your son gonna go to the NBA anyway. You know. So I got something on me right there. Oh, y'all. So guess what? Just follow me. Or if he's not, he might want to coach. He might want to be in the front office. But let me show you how this stuff works. And let me tell you something. One of our kids gonna be in one of these front offices. I'm gonna tell you that. One of our kids who came out of this basketball community gonna be in one of these NBA front offices. And one or two of them, one of them might own a team. Remember I told you that. But they fired him. Minnesota Timberwolves lost that night. They fired him. Now, remember, Minnesota Timberwolves, who Karl Anthony Town and all of these guys, you know, they've been getting top draft picks. They got D'Angelo Russell. They got Anthony Edwards. You know, he just had to dunk the other day. So Ryan gets fired. I can't read all that, Herb, because I'm talking right now, but I'll try to go back and read it. But Ryan get fired. On the same night he got fired, it was released that they already had a coach in mind and signed him to a multi-year deal from another team. Y'all walk with me here. My 30-some years in this business, I've never heard of nobody firing a coach and go hiring a coach from another team like that. They usually wait. They usually bring an interim in, like when Kevin McHale left or got fired or whatever. They brought in an interim in the season. I've never seen that happen, right? But that's okay. It's okay. My problem was this young man, David Vanderpool. Okay. He was at 7 years at Portland. He the one is responsible, they say, and the way those guys came out and spoke for him, CJ McCallum and Damon Lillard said he was responsible for them being that good. So Minnesota lured him away from Portland to come to Minnesota to be Ryan's assistant head coach, associate head coach. In other words, when you become the associate head coach, your next step is head coach. Okay? Follow me, Herb. Follow me now. Y'all, hey, I want your feedback now. I want you to get quiet on me. I want your feedback. Just don't write me no whole novel because I can't read all of it at the same time. All right. But head coach in waiting. Great one. That's what David Vanderpool was. David Vanderpool is an African-American black guy. Okay? All right. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to play this video, then I'm going to come back. Kendrick Perkins, I hope they don't kick me off because I played this. But check this out.
Well, I'm going to say this, okay? And this is what it is. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And despite what Rosa may say in the interview later on this evening, we all know what it is. Him and Fitch are best friends. They've been best friends since the Rocket days when they was down there doing all the analytics stuff, and they're real close friends, and they trust one another. Here's the thing about hiring African-American coaches, and this is why African-American coaches are not getting hired and getting these job opportunities when they come up, is because in order for this to happen, we got to have more African-Americans in the front office. When you look, for example, James Jones for the Phoenix Suns. He's the GM of the Phoenix Suns. Who he goes out and hire? Monty Williams. Another example, before Daryl Morey got to the Philadelphia 76ers, Elton Brand was still calling the shots. Who he went out and hired? Doc Rivers. So until we start getting more African Americans in the front office in position of power to actually hire former players, guys like Phil Handy, who have won 3 championships, guys like Jason Kidd, one of the greatest to ever play the game and was a pretty good coach when he was the head of the Snake, guys like Sam Cassell, who has been a long-time assistant under Doc Rivers and vice versa, work with superstar players. Until we get African Americans in those front office positions, we're going to continue to see these trends because it's more so of I'm hiring my friend and not the guy that's best for the job.
Great take, y'all. And that's what I was trying to explain yesterday. And I understand. I understand. But Gerson Rosas is a Latino. He should know more than anybody the importance of this. Perk list, you notice he mentioned Sam Cassell. When I tell y'all, and yes, I'm saying this because you're a friend of mine. Yes, I'm saying, but I've seen him. I've seen how prepared. I've seen in his office the binders for every play ever written up. I mean, you know how you said be ready to roll out day one. Sam ready to roll day one. That's why I put that out in the air, Dr. Newsom. I know you think your kid might be the next star in the NBA, but your kid gonna have a better chance on being able to navigate themselves around this space and go play golf with the owners instead of hanging out with the fellas. Hell, I don't mind you hanging out with the fellas, but we just got to get, we got to learn how to play the game. We got smarter guys now. We got the Cannon Bakers of the world, the Robert Hatter of the four. These young guys just think different. I'm not as concerned, Brandon Nicholson, That was what my son told me. I'm not as concerned as playing on the team. I want to own the team. Daddy, you taught me. Be the one that sign the check in the front, not the one that turn it over in the back. All I'm doing, y'all, every day, is try to pass this baton. Trying to get us more. I'm not, let me tell you something. I'm not mad at the situation. I know it's the good old boy network. That's why we need some of our good old boys in there. You see what they said, what happened when James Jones is the man? Guess who he hired? Monty Williams. Elton Brand is the boss. Doc was, hold up. Oh, check this out. Steve Ballmer fired Doc Rivers and Sam Nell. And within a week, they had a job in Philadelphia. Yo, you remember when I said we got to get used to some of us being successful? Can't get jealous. We got you get used to these young guys. I told y'all we got some smart kids. We got guys inventing shooting machines. We got guys starting their own companies. Why you thought I asked you about Bobby Flay this morning? This new company my son is doing. He gonna be hiring Bobby Flay. Bobby Flay gonna be working for him. It's a little old young black boy from Houston, Texas. Went to Westside High School. This what this show is about. You got two accomplished men in different fields. Yeah, y'all be talking about Ray and Claude and all that, but guess what? We know the value of this platform. That I can be able to tell y'all and share y'all with stuff that's gonna help y'all kids. It ain't no use for just my kid or her kid. I need Trey's kid. I need Jason Peters' son. I need Walter Yates' kids. I need Wesley Yates. I need Wesley Yates the third. I need all of these kids to be successful in whatever venue they do. I took a picture of a young kid the other day. I was going through my phone. Let me show you how I am. I'm going through my phone. I got a picture of a dude. Hold up, in my phone. Where I put it? Where I put it? I took a picture of it. I don't know where I put it. Got too many pictures, y'all, in my phone. But the kid is one. He's some kind of. Hold on. I'll put it in my notes. Okay, I put it in my notes. But it's just unbelievable, y'all. That the reason I'm saying this about David Vanderpool, I don't want to get off it. Talk to some coaches, and Mark Spears, he shared this with us, y'all. Yeah, but Jason Peters, y'all, let me put it on the screen so everybody can see it, so the YouTube can see it. This is what Jason Peters said. We need black players in all pro league, black owners. Jason, we got guys that got enough money, but they got to be voted in, Jason. That's a club. You just can't I'm finna be an owner. Now you can start your own thing like Ice Cube did. You can get you a 3-on-3. I remember that. I remember that, Trey. We get how we affect change. We had to go infiltrate it. Who's seen Judas and the Black Messiah? I know it took a long time for me to talk about it. Loved it. FBI used a guy to infiltrate the Black Panthers. Y'all, I was a little boy. I didn't know nothing about no black. I didn't know black. I didn't read up enough about Black Panther. That's what I did get for going to all of them white schools. Voted in by whom? Jason Peters. The other owners. Hold up, y'all. Let me get Jason a lesson. Each league in the NBA and in NFL, they got NFL got 32 owners. The NBA got 30 owners. Those owners are called governors. Okay? Governors. So the board of governors have to vote you in. So the owners, those 32 owners got to vote you in. They don't vote you out. But we got to get in and infiltrate. But I saw something, y'all help me with this one now, because I'm not want to tear his head off. But check this out. This is what coaches say. Yeah, I'm trying to get this out the way before my guests come. But he know how to talk about this kind of stuff. But check this out. It is typical. This is what a black coach, can't give his name, in the NBA said. It is typical of the black coach experience in the NBA. They use your skill set during difficult times, but when it's time to reward you with an opportunity, they always find a reason why not. Then expect you to continue to be a good soldier. Brandy. They expect David Vanderpool to walk in that building the next day and be okay with that bull crap. Thank you, Bilal. Thank you, man. Thank you, Bilal. Hey, think about it, man. David Vanderpool. I don't think Landon, Mr. Landon don't write no novel on me though, okay? But Landon, let's say somebody lure you from whatever job you used to be. They lure you from this job and said, Landon, you are the president in waiting. You the vice president. When Junebug go, Landon, you are the man. Landon. Okay? Then it's time for you to be the man. Like maybe I should put it, maybe y'all understand it when it got something to do with y'all. Because y'all, sometimes we get so selfish. Y'all got to realize, I don't know David Vanderpool. I don't know him. I know he interviewed for the Rockets, interviewed for a couple of more teams. I don't know him. I know he was a former Wizard player, played in the CBA, the Continental Basketball Association. He was assistant for Portland for 7 years. But he departed to become an associate head coach. Landon, you left this one company that you was comfortable with. You had Dame Lillard. You had CJ McCallum. Landon, Chuck, y'all left this company because they saying you going to, and then when you get there and it comes up, they go get somebody that don't even work for your company and bring him in, Landon. Chuck, where my girls at? Y'all guys too soft. Brandy, where my women at? Maybe if I put it there to you, wherever you work at, Jay Jackson. I'm just saying, how do you feel? Now this guy got to come back to work. Or would you leave? would you leave? That assistant head coach title don't seem so great no more, Bilal. It don't seem so great. Mindy, where you at, Mindy? It don't seem so great, Sonya. Sonya, thank you, man. Cause I need to hear. I need to hear from my girls. But I'm finna show y'all something, man. Y'all see this? Y'all gonna have to help me with this one. I got to be released. Y'all got to release me, this demon from me right here. Check this out.
It is a global collective failure from my perspective.
Mike Tomlin has won more games than any black head coach in NFL history. You've been in the room at the owners' meetings when this is discussed. I know you hear the right things, but as African Americans, all of us are used to hearing stuff and knowing bullshit when we hear it.
You know, I don't know if it is at the time, but I know that the results are. You know, if you're looking for guys who are coordinators, there's examples of that. If you want a guy that's a proven, capable leader, there's Jim Caldwell and Marvin Lewis. There's guys like Todd Bowles and Raheem Morris and others. They're capable examples of minority candidates no matter what the profile.
Marvin Lewis was the head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals for 16 years. He was fired 2 years ago, and despite several interviews since then, remains out of the league. You fall into another category, along with the Leslie Frazier's of the world, which is an African-American head coach who can't seem to get a second chance when the Adam Gazes, Doug Marones do get a second chance. Has that hurt?
It's wondersome. I guess that's the word I would use. It makes you question it. You just had Bruce Arians have another opportunity and win the Super Bowl. It's great. But he's obviously a few years older than even I am. But he gets that second opportunity.
Jim Trotter worked for the NFL. He tweeted out something that blew me away. And Brandy, Jason, I haven't had a chance to research it yet. But he asked the question. He said, I wonder if Gumble will ask Mike Tomlin, has he ever had a black coordinator on his team? He asked that question for a reason. Pittsburgh, the Rooney Rule. Somebody go and find out who's the offensive and defensive, because I'm by myself today. I want to know who the offensive and defensive coordinator for Pittsburgh for the last few years. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. I'm just the messenger here. Don't kill the messenger. When we are in these damn positions like this, man, we got to risk it, man. What's my man's favorite? No risk it, no biscuit. Bruce Arians. Listen, Landon, I didn't ask you. I know it's the system. I just asked you, how would you feel? So you would just, Landon, so if they do you like that, you would just come in and say, yes, sir, I know this the system, sir. Yes, sir. I know this the system. I'm just going to sit here and take it. I'll ask you what you did. I know you blessed that work for an African-American owned charter school. I understand that. I said juxtapose yourself or transpose yourself into David Vanderpool's position. Chuck. He got Keith Butler. What is Keith Butler? What is his position? Corey? I just want to know. That's why I tell y'all, think about it. If one of y'all want, hold on, check this out. If one of y'all want to do something with the chop shop, on the chop shop, guess what? All you got to do is ask Jimmy or me. We don't have to go to no meeting. We don't. I wonder how many coordinators that he's had over the years. And I know, no indictment to Mike Tomlin, because they almost be want to fire him every day. Landon, I know it. I'm just messing with you, baby. But man, it's just. Let me tell y'all something. We're training our kids to be athletes, and I love it. I trained mine to be a student athlete. Check this out, y'all. So y'all just don't think you went to Cornell. Yeah, he wasn't never playing. Let me tell you something. I got to put this up here, just in case you ain't never seen it. In his junior year, just to show y'all this, his junior year, Little Robert was setting the non-conference, not conference. Georgia Tech, Louisville, playing all these teams. They play against Monmouth College with King Rice. After the game, King Rice came over to me. Said, Mr. Hatter, come here and talk to you. Boy, Diamonds on the Green is in the building. He said, Portland Scout is here. He came looking at my dude, but he asking about your son. Okay. No, man. The next week, start of conference play. We were supposed to play Columbia. Columbia has Madhu Lowe. Look him up. Madhu Lowe plays on the German team. He was the point guard on Dirk Nowitzki when Germany won one of them games. He was one of the point guards. He's from Germany, but he went to Columbia. Everybody wanted to come see that matchup between Robert Madhu Lowe. By the way, at this time, let me click. I had a button on here. Let me see. This is what he was doing. At this time, those were his stats, Corey. Okay? Against non-conference. Not in conference yet, because Columbia is always the first game. Winning that game. So Thursday, Corey, is the day that I go get my hair cut. So I know I'm going to leave on Friday because if you know anything about the Ivy League, they play on Saturday. And when conference play starts, they play on Friday and Saturday. Because they don't play missing no classes. You always got to be in class on Monday. And you got to fly. And guess what? You got to travel by bus. Because they don't want to talk about no plane and broke down. Because if your bus broke down, we're going to send another bus to get you. You got to be in class on Monday morning. Okay? That's their mindset. So, on Thursday, Miss Tammy, I get a call from Rob, my son. He never calls me at this time of day. Because it's practice time. I'm getting a haircut. Dad, I stepped on somebody's foot in practice and messed up my ankle. I got a flight to leave the next morning. This was supposed to be a showdown between him and Madulo the next day. Tell y'all something. Every year, something like that happened to him while he was in college. The trainer, me and the trainer was on speed dial. That's why I tell everybody the best ability is availability. Young man averaging 20 points a game, 4 or 5 assists, 3, and I don't know how many steals. Not to say he was going to the league, but scouts was coming to watch him play against this guy. But the parents, the reason, yes, it hurt me as a dad, because I know how he felt the next morning. No. Go in the training room, take a picture. His ankle this damn big, high ankle sprain. In the beginning of conference play. Lost a lot of games without the starting point guard playing like that. Dude, it's just, but we have to get prepared to understand, dude, this what might happen if you play sports. But you better have a hell of a substitute, a hell of a plan B, or A plus A, a hell of a, you got to, mamas and daddies. You got to. Henry Logan, I told you about in the beginning of the show, had 15 knee surgeries. Look up his bio, 15. The stuff ain't guaranteed, man. And listen, that's why I always tell y'all, enjoy your babies, man, while they playing. Don't be mad at Doug and Jimmy for not ranking them. Don't get mad at these folks, man. Dr. Newsom, I saw your son played a heartfelt game last night. Man, enjoy this stuff, because when it's over, it's over. My son's basketball career is over. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Don't tell him, but I miss watching him play. But guess it's over. But guess what I'm doing now, Chuck? I'm watching him play the game of life. I'm watching him play the game of business. Guess what, y'all? Hey, parents, this kind of exciting too. I'm watching him sending me some paperwork. Hey, parents, Brandon, listen to me, y'all. I just can't. Some of the stuff is sensitive. I just wish I could just share it with y'all and put it on the screen. But our kids can win in the game of life too. He don't have to be De'Aaron Fox. No. God had that for Fox. He don't have to be Justice Winslow. But he can be a Steve Ballmer. That's the owner of the Clippers. He can be a Tillman Fertitta. That's the owner of the Rockets. Listen to me. No, the reason I put that stuff up there, nobody loves sports like I did. Nobody. Herb, no. I was at everything. My son played 28 games a year in Ithaca, New York, and around the country. I averaged 26 of those games. I had to throw a couple of, I couldn't go to a couple of games, y'all. They had those nor'easters and they had Arctic freeze. I couldn't get there. I couldn't get in. But it's over. Michael, it's over. But Michael, I'm having fun watching him become a businessman. And hold up. Let me tell y'all something. This is going to help your parents. He always going to come back and need dad's wisdom. He got all the knowledge in the world at Cornell. Took the LSAT and the GMAT. Passed them both. Waiting on Harvard to open back up so he can choose which school he want to go to. The law school or the business school. But he don't want to go online because he want to rub shoulders with the other brilliant minds. This what we got to talk. This is what we got to start. Listen, I love sports. Do y'all know how it felt when I put that up on the screen? Y'all look at them numbers. But boy, I need to put another. I wish I could put this other thing up there, put another number. It's a little boy. Boy who came out of my loins. I understand y'all be mad. Don't rank my I ain't one thing Jimmy will always tell you, I ain't never called him, man, where you got my son ranked. I didn't care. You know where? My son ranked number 1 in here. He ranked in here. That's where he ranked number 1 at. And us daddies, we shouldn't have to depend on another man to determine the fate of our sons. Let's do the best we can. You got a resource right here to help me, to help y'all. I always get emails from parents trying to get in the Ivy League. They call me because they done heard this show. Some of y'all don't need it. I understand that. Y'all got to listen. Thank you. So let's help the others. Let's help the others. But guess what? I got a special person. I'm going to take a break. But when I come back, y'all, boy, y'all brace yourself. You might need to want to share this one. Ooh, my goodness. You might want to share the show 1 or 2 more times because got a young man going to come back. We go get down and dirty a little bit. So chop shop, but we'll be back in a minute. Let me share some things that's going on in our community. Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, and Jim Hicks, my partner in crime. He's on an airplane. Well, he's at the funeral. He flew out this morning. Let me tell you something. Jimmy called me at 10 o'clock this morning. Shout out to him. Pray for traveling grace. He's going to travel right back after the funeral of Lou Hill, one of our own who has been on this show. Rio Grande Valley's head coach. He passed away today. I got a call. Like I said, he had his funeral today. Like I said, I got a call from Alan Branch from Texas Boys Basketball this morning. He was headed to the funeral. These guys, Jimmy didn't plan on going, and he had a change of heart and got up and left and went up there to pay his respects and the respect. But let me shout out to Patricia Barnes for Sapphire Realty. If y'all saw that little piece earlier, new partner on the Chop Shop, caller, y'all, 281. I'm going to flash it across the screen later. 281-730-3248. She supports the Chop Shops. So let's support her. Patricia Barnes happened to be the wife of somebody on this show, Daryl Barnes. So shout out to her. Shout out to her family. I think her daughter made the video. I just if you see me smiling, I love stuff like that. But let me tell y'all something. I got a unique guy that I'm about to bring on. Unbelievable, man. You're supposed to send me something. I got it. But met this guy a long time ago. I don't know. I've met him. People who probably I met him with, I don't probably talk to them no more and talk to him. But you remember a long time ago, I told y'all on the show, I finally went to a 7-on-7 tournament. I went to a 7-on-7. I was per his invite. He invited me to a 7-on-7 game, and I enjoyed it. I think Jalen Waller was out there that day. A lot of the top guys some killers was out there that day, and I enjoyed it so much. And me and him kept talking because we got a kindred spirit. And guess what? He was in Houston. I'm gonna show you how things work. The man was in Houston, and guess what happened? He moved from Houston, and guess where he went? To my hometown. I'm from Memphis and moved to Houston. He live up here. He done moved to Memphis. And but without further ado, I want to introduce y'all to Coach James Williams in the building. Hold up, James. Hold on. I got something for you. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Talk to me.
Hold on. Watch this. Yeah, I got sound effects over here, baby. Hey. But Coach, you know, I was just thinking about it, man. I know you got your organization is called. You are the founder of the Pro Process Academy. Because they changed its name. It used to be something else. Coach, I don't think it was that thing.
Long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But man, I reached out to you yesterday in this boom boom room. We call it the boom boom room. In our Chop Shop audience and our friends and family, we have a lot of kids, a lot of parents have kids that play summer basketball, they play football, they dual sports athletes, they all that. So soon as I saw that Cam Newton video of the young man that went viral, I thought of you. And I called you before the show and said, man, oh. I mean, I got the call because I knew what you put. I watch. See, you don't understand this. I watch how your kids behave and act when I went and watch y'all play. Y'all seem like y'all. I mean, it was just different. Y'all were dressed to the nines. Even your sideline was uniformed. I mean, I watched that. I never told you that, but I watched how your program and those young kids carried themselves and how they respected each other. And when stuff happened like that, so if they was acting a fool, you blame the leader. So when they act nice, I'm gonna bring them in leader. So I just wanted to share that with you, Doc. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Okay.
I want to regress to get to progress.
Okay.
I heard something that you said in the earlier segment about your son, about the sport, and about professionalism, about basketball is not the only thing about a plan B. I agree, but let me disagree in another manner.
Okay.
You ready for it?
It's all right.
You ready for it?
Do it.
You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am the manifestation of your conversation.
Okay.
And let me tell you what I mean. I tell all my players, you can go pro at something. Okay. So football is not a basketball, a track is truly not the prize, because you can only play so long and amass so much money, but without knowledge, you cannot keep the money. You just have the benefit of the success with nothing to go with it, because everybody around you will be taking from you. You will not be educated enough to maintain and sustain the lifestyle that you have created while making this type of money. If you do not have business savvy and the right team around you, how many years can you live after the age of 29, living the same lifestyle if you're not prepared for life and you're just prepared for the sport? And if you don't know how much it takes to take care of yourself every month?
Keep talking.
Okay. So now let me keep going. So myself, I played for the Houston Oilers. I got an opportunity to play professional football. But when football was over, I got hurt my contract year. And when I was through with football, I was blessed to be able to go into banking, where I was at 14 years.
Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, he left football and was fortunate enough to go in banking. Continue.
Okay. Became assistant VP where I was working. Left there, moved here, started the same program, continued it here, and went, and now I work in logistics with the #1 logistics company in the world.
So you left banking and went to logistics?
Yes. Let me tell you why I was able to. Everything we do for sports life is a transferable skill.
Okay.
But it's learning how to transfer the skill. The only thing changed in life is understanding business and understanding that everybody has a profit and loss statement.
Yep.
Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you, babe.
Everybody has a profit and loss statement. Only thing changes is the product. If you can master the product, you can change and substitute the knowledge for learning to that thing. But the thing is, the passion has to be the learning, not the thing. So let me go back to it.
Come on.
I always tell the kids about this, about life, about sports. I just got to touch on that because you was owning it.
Come on,
it
baby.
dug something in me when you said that.
Come on.
When I tell all the kids, only 1 point, I got to give you a number, man, real quick, that people, 1.6% of America is truly wealthy or rich. Okay, like what we call really rich.
That's it.
So that means when we really break it down, 1.6 applies to lawyers, doctors, basketball players, football players, in every profession. So whatever you choose to do, if it's sports, if it's law, if it's whatever it is, you have to be in the 1.6% to really get what you want out of it at a high level. So if you start as a child not doing everything at a high level, and what I mean at a high level, it has to start with making up your bed, washing the dishes. If your parents are paying bills, making sure you got good air to breathe, doing all these things for you, and they got to tell you twice to clean your room, it's on you as the parent that you got to tell them twice. I ain't got to tell my kids twice. When I said the first time is done, because I make them understand. We also are cheating our kids when we not sitting down, showing them what we pay for a mortgage, what we pay for car note, what we paying for insurance, and expect them to understand when we not teaching them financial literacy at home and understanding what we are paying out and what's coming in. So when they ask for a pair of Jordans, we mad because you only had $250 left and you really wanted to go out that night, and we not explaining it to them. You know all I do for you. Well, show them what you do for them. I give my parents and my kids a financial sheet. And if you made $40,000 a year, this is how much you take home. I got some of the bills wrote on there. So I asked my parents, take them to the area of town they want to live in, find a house or apartment, write down how much it costs. Then take them to a car lot. What kind of car you want? I don't care what they say, Mercedes, Phantom. Go ask the people, how much would the note be on this? Write it down. Tell them how, let's go see how much the insurance is on that car. Write all those items down. Take them to get groceries and let them see what all would you pick out. Okay, this is how much it costs. So after that, this is how much money you really got left. You in the negative. So what you gonna do with this? And what are you going to create for yourself in order to be able to afford the lifestyle that you want to live? Because whether your parent has money or no money, that is not your life. That is the life you were born into. So you have a choice to how your life go from there. You can look at it and not want to live that way, or you can grow because your parents are living good and understand what it takes to live good and be prepared for it. Now we can go on to the next topic. I just said get that out.
No, you know what I love about it? Because I was in those numbers. You know how people talk about they confuse the economy with the stock market. They see the stock market doing good. They ain't got nothing to do with the damn economy. And I got some numbers for them. You was talking about the rich, right?
Mm-hmm.
The richest 0.1%, 0.1%, not the one, 0.1% own 17% of stocks. The richest 1% own 50% of stocks. The bottom 50% own 0.7% of the stocks. I'm telling y'all, repeat after me. The stock market has nothing to do with the economy. And everybody think, I'm sorry, you can come in because I know you're in banking. That's why I gave you those numbers. What you got to say?
If you make $50,000, you make more than 76.2% of all Americans. I'm just stop right there. If you make 100,000, you make more than 92.6% of all Americans. And if you make $100,000, you know, if you got 2 kids, okay, and you by yourself, you feel like you ain't making no money.
Yeah.
What I just said. Okay, we're gonna hold on to that. And now let me jump on this little boy.
Okay.
Yes. And this foolishness.
Okay. All right.
I will say this. No one on my team would have ever said anything to Cam Newton. They would have been privileged to be in his company. We allow the media to what they say about football, who's not worthy, who's not this. We are so programmed that these kids watch TV. Oh, he ain't that good. He ain't good no more. He this and he's that. He won a national championship in junior college. He won the national championship in college. He was the #1 pick overall. He won the Heisman Trophy, and he got the MVP of the league while Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, and Russell Wilson was in the league at the same time. So when you want to call somebody trash, and he's played over 10 years and amassed some money, he has restaurants, he has bars, that doesn't mean you have a lot of things. But I'm saying it looks like he's done some good things. Yeah. To make sure he ensures his wealth.
I know his financial people. Yeah. He all right.
Okay. So when you talking, #1, you were uneducated when you were talking to him. And they ask why athletes don't want to do certain things, because kids don't respect what it took to get where they are, and you not even there yet. You putting the cart before the horse. And you think it's that easy to be a pro athlete, and you're not even, and I can't speak on the kid because I don't know, he may be a great student. He may be a great young man. One mistake should not make you lose everything. But I know his mother and daddy were very mad because they made him apologize. So sometimes what the kids do are not a direct reflection on the parent.
Keep talking. I'm just off the screen. Keep talking.
Okay. It's not a direct reflection of the parent, because a lot of times social media and the world around our children are helping to raise them. And we are just not identifying the things because our kids are doing hidden identities around us and being something different that they're not in the world that they exist in, just in order to survive. It's just like back in the day when kids had to go to school through a game and do all that. And if you didn't choose a side, you got beat up every day. So sometimes kids had to make a decision, but now they're making mental decisions that is changing the framework of how they will live the rest of their lives. And that is one of the biggest problems that we're facing. But I set guidelines for my program. So I'm going to say this start with the coach. My kids don't do that foolishness. Because we don't talk to grown folk. My kids don't talk back to no coaches. And I don't talk to kids. You can ask anybody. A kid can say whatever they want. And I don't talk to kids. My kids, they don't talk to coaches. And my parents have an understanding of that.
But in the video, Cam was asking, where's your father? Because Tam wanted to talk to
And he
the
said,
daddy.
where your coach? And he said, where your coach?
Yes. But
So let me give you one. I'm gonna give you a good one. You
Give
ain't
me a
ready
good
for
one.
this. You
take your
sure?
time. Come
Okay.
on.
I was at a tournament in Dallas.
Okay.
It was a heated game. Ooh, I'm about to take you home on this one. and so we in the game. So the kids get into it with the other team. They didn't start fighting,
Right.
but you know how the kids start talking. So I walk onto the field, me
Yep.
and the other coach. So we are splitting the kids up.
Right.
The other team is known to be a very aggressive team. So you got to match dog with dog. And sometimes it gets heated, but they didn't fight.
Right.
Is that fair?
Right.
We're breaking them up. I'm pushing my kids back, and I turn around and I have my kids behind me like this. And I say, y'all go up to the sideline, and a parent, and I'm gonna say it's a female, so people won't get this mixed up, spits in my face and says, you got them kids out here playing like that. I don't know which one was her son or not. You know what I mean? I couldn't speak on that.
Right.
So at that moment, everybody froze when this lady spit on me. I had my mask on, so it hit, this part of my face, so I just wiped it off.
Right. So this recent.
Right, last summer while the pandemic was going on.
Okay.
Right before they shut everything down.
Okay.
In March. And I looked at her, and let me tell you everything that ran across my mind.
Okay.
For her to spit on me, she had nothing to lose. I looked at the consequences of my actions. That fast, my coach asked me this, what were you thinking about not to slap that lady? I said, first, I preached to my kids about having self-control and how one decision can change your whole life. So I had to have self-control because I understood me slapping this woman, this lady can't beat me up.
Right.
So what was it going to profit me to slap her?
Right.
Then I asked myself, my family, how is this going to look to my wife, on my wife, and my kids seeing me? Because they're not going to show the lady spitting on me on video. They're just going to show me slapping the taste out of my mouth. That's it.
Right.
Then what happens with my organization?
Yes.
What happens with my job? What happens with my wife's job and my children? How does this affect them? And somebody said, you couldn't have thought of all that fast. You better ask people that know me. I'm probably one of the calmest, quickest thinkers you're going to ever meet.
Right.
And as I walked off, the parents were on the sideline. They were mad. I can't believe that happened. And one parent said, I would have slapped. I would have did. Another parent said, and another parent said, well, that's why he's our leader and y'all not.
That's right.
Because everything he's preaching, he's living. Now, was that hard for me? I didn't feel no shame. So when I got back, I asked the people at my job, you know what I asked them? I said, if I would have slapped that lady and been on video, what would happen? He said, James, we probably would have had to fire you.
Yeah.
So I would have lost something, but she wouldn't have. I would have lost money coming into my house to take care of my family, but she would have lost nothing. Right or wrong on her part. She would have lost nothing. And we all sometimes get into situations that has cost us more than we could ever get back because of a split decision we made out of anger, most of all pride of how people are going to look at you that ain't paying none of your bills. People who looking at you that won't do nothing to add to your situation. The one thing I don't deal with in my life is subtractions. Everything I do has additions to it. If I take a step back, I'm going to take two forward. And a lot of people don't understand that because they don't understand seed work. You see, let me just plant this in there for you. When you have a relationship with God and not just a conversation with God, your turnaround time on anything you ask God for is just a little bit different. Because people don't understand that prayer is the gateway to praise and worship. And if you can do those two things, it will change the whole dynamic of your life. People so busy running after a ball, they need to run after God, and God will get them to the ball, make them better about the ball. They will have more discipline about the ball, and the discipline in ball will lead to discipline in life. You will have other things that will dominate your covering. instead of the ball. If you get hurt, you're not worried because you know God is going to heal you. You're going to be fine, or this is not the road God wanted you to take. Football wasn't for me forever, but what football did for me, it gave me a platform. And now it's a sport that keeps on giving because I was in love with it. I fell in love with the sport, and the sport never stopped loving me.
When I watch you out there, dude, you be so into that stuff and you still doing. You have somebody just said you had passion. You ought to see the passion he have when he out there coaching them guys, and it's unbelievable. Like I know you for me and you.
Yeah.
And when I see you out there, you are a leader of young men. And I mean, it's just unbelievable the transformation. I mean, you ain't crazy. I mean, you're such a, the life of a party over here. But when you go out there, dude, it's all because you love it.
I think it's easy at times to be a coach. It's convenient sometimes to be a role model. But it takes consistency to be a good example. And that is hard for people to do. And it's because they are too worried about what people gonna feel about them, say about them, and think about them. The one thing I live my life on, man, you could talk about me. You can do what you want when it comes to me. You could bring up my past. That means you're the same person you used to be, not who I am today. And when God has recreated what I am, why should I worry about what man thinks about me or how I move? And God is operating and controlling my steps. So I'm fine with that. And I'm living in a space and an existence where if these kids around me, sometimes when it's in your season, see, it isn't, you said about the passion that I have. Mm-hmm. And it's two things with that passion. What I'm doing with this football is bigger than football. I'm on assignment.
Okay.
See, God put this on my heart to do this. And every kid I come in contact with or touch, I feel like I'm going to give you this real quick.
Okay.
You ever seen a cup and a saucer?
Of course.
A cup and a saucer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you didn't travel around the world, and if the cup overflow, something gonna get on the saucer, right?
Yes, sir.
But if it's too much of it, you could easily pour it back in the cup. Yeah. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at the people in my circle. See, I'm okay with being the cup, but sometimes I want to be the saucer too. I shouldn't always have to be the one that overflow and drop everything on you. Sometimes I need to be the saucer and you be the cup and drop something on me. And if I'm the one always overflowing and you getting everything that's coming out of my cup, you don't need to be around me.
Wow.
Call the police.
Wow.
Facts.
In matter of fact, in some cases, those could be toxic relationships. If I'm always giving and you never give, you're always taking, those relationships can sometimes get toxic.
Well, it shouldn't be toxic. What it is, it becomes a different cause and effect because you're allowing that to happen. See, you ain't got to keep nobody. Why are you keeping them? See, people don't be honest in relationships and friendships. If it ain't good, it ain't good. Just be honest. One thing in goal that I have is anybody that's in my circle who I call friend, I work hard at being a great friend. Ask any of my friends. I ain't say my associates. I say ask my friends. That's two different things. Because I don't use that word lightly. And we get so convenient, so conveniently comfortable, I should say, in friendships and things. And it's okay. Put people in the right space in your life. Because when you hold on to negative things, it's either going to rub off on you or they're going to get positive like you. Just watch. You ever seen an angry person and a kind person? Either the angry person get kind or the kind person get angry. It ain't no halfway. Because somebody got to rub off over the other one. So you do not have a circle of friends at that point. You have a cage. What I said? You got a cage. Because you stuck in something that you can't get yourself out of.
I got a question. Because, I was thinking about the other day. And so, you know how you know, you and people have disagreements, and you come back and you forgive them, but you keep them at a distance. Okay, you forgive them because I'm from the adage, and I might be wrong. Forgiveness don't it doesn't require a reconnection all the time. Just cause I forgive you don't mean it don't require you to be connected to me like that again. I mean, Jay, in other words, I'm putting forgiveness doesn't always, y'all. It doesn't require reconnection. And I've been seeing that when people talk to me, and I've been seeing that. Well, I got the no, you don't. You can come in.
Okay, so let me tell you something. Okay. Now hold on, what I'm about to tell you now. You know the most times why people fall out. If me and you talking, I'm gonna preface it with this before I first start. With me and you get into a conversation.
Okay.
If we bring up a topic, I'm gonna say, Hatter, this is my opinion.
Okay. Okay.
You say is your opinion. That means you are right and I am right.
Okay.
Now, if you get mad because my point sounds so good and you saying I'm trying to convince you, that's your fault. Don't get mad at me. I told you in the beginning, this is only my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Now, however you feel and think is fine. I'm not going to disagree. I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to say I understand. Well, am I right? No, I understand. I can understand you and you still not be right to me. But I can understand your point. Does that make sense?
It makes a whole lot of sense.
But
come on, keep going.
That's why people cannot have great conversations with each other, because people don't respect another person's opinion. Because me and you both may have been raised similar, but you was raised in Memphis and I was raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Right. So my ghetto may have seemed the same, but it wasn't your ghetto. Because the drug dealers in my neighborhood gave me a pass and yours may have not gave you a pass. And you may have had a rougher time.
Yes, sir.
All I'm saying is, so our upbringing may just been a little bit different.
Man, you know, because people I said, Robert, why you don't agree with this? You don't agree with I said, let me tell you something, man. I'd rather go to heaven by myself than to go to hell following a crowd. I'm just telling you, I'd rather go to heaven by myself. I can't follow. When I see something, Jay, I'm gonna say something.
Man, listen, I'm gonna touch on this and I'm gonna leave it alone.
Don't leave it alone.
People get so like, I'm gonna just talk about Republicans and Democrats real
quick. Okay.
Just touch on that.
We talk about everything on this show.
People look at this guy and that guy, but nobody ever looks at the platform. Look at
personality, not the platform.
Yes. So we get so caught up with the image of the person. Now, Trump was just a bad person. Right. Like he just, like he just went too far. He did, like he the first ghetto president. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but just because somebody nice in a suit don't make them right either.
Hello.
So what is the agenda? Why is it? I'm gonna give you this, and you ain't ready for this one. Why is it a man can come in with a nice suit on and say you a lie, and a man can be raggedy telling you the truth and you won't listen? Image. Let me tell you, imagery. They have programmed us with imagery of what's good, what's bad, what's wrong. And let me just light you up all the way. They have fooled us and bamboozled us because we have not raised our young black kings and queens to understand that nobody talks about Black Wall Street when we had all of our own and it was burned down, and they understood that could easily become contagious and be everywhere. You get my point? So you have to look at that. Systematic mental manipulation. When you keep taking things from people, what they don't talk about with Judas and the Black Messiah on that whole thing, if you look at from 1963 to 1969, 4 of our most prominent black leaders were murdered
at a young age.
If you keep cutting the head off the snake, the other snakes ain't gonna raise their head sooner or later. And if you have something already on the other people that could be successors, then they can't rise because they scared about people knowing about their sins coming out. So they gonna lead how you want them to lead and not how they should lead. Is that making
No,
sense?
that makes a lot of sense. Keep talking.
And so it's sad that even with my agenda is not really football. And it's the first time publicly I'm saying this.
Wow.
It does not matter what color the young man is. We forget that poverty has no color. We forget that it's 200 million white people in America. We forget we have been the systematic depressed man, but the poor white man has been the forgotten man. We're not going to talk about that though, because they just call him trailer park trash.
Because guess what? I can't. It's hard for me to talk about that because I'm worried about my own people. It's hard.
But no, and I am too. But what I'm saying though,
yeah,
the media doesn't show all the poor people.
I got you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So it just makes it seem like we're the only ones that are have-nots, and that's not fair. We are have-nots for a different reason, because of education. They keep talking about education, but we ain't doing nothing to make it no better. Do you know in my program, I give my kids a book every year. I gave them Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They read If Obama Had a Son. They read Purpose Driven Life and Relentless. And so teaching them the foundation, we let them play video games, but I'm going to take the kids, I'm renting out a movie theater, and I'm going to take them to see Cinderella Man. You ever seen Cinderella Man with Russell Crowe?
No.
To watch it. My favorite line, asking to the people, have y'all seen it? Let me tell you, my favorite line in the movie
what he said
is when they asked him, what are you fighting for? And he said, milk. Listen, the man had everything, lost everything, couldn't take care of his kids or his family. They didn't have no heat. And it shows where you can take yourself from if you have something built in you already that don't break. It's certain things that are put in you as a youth, as a child, growing into a man, between getting where you need to go, that doesn't break. You don't break. You might bend, but all you need is a small crack to get it back. He was a boxer.
But James, why did he want the milk?
He said he's fighting for milk because he remembered when he couldn't get his baby no milks. He didn't have the money to buy his children no milk. They were starving. He would let his kids eat and he wouldn't eat. And he said, I'm fighting for milk. And the man thought he could beat him. And as the man was pounding on him, he could see his kids laying in the cold and he couldn't get them no heat. They cut the gas off. And he saw him take the milk from in front of the house because he couldn't pay for it. And so the licks became numb and numb and numb till he was able to fight back. See, if you don't find out what your why is, you can never, ever get what you really want out of yourself. I'm going to get the best out of James Williams. And if you around me, you going to get the best version of me.
James, that's a unique thing, man. Because I know we talked about it on this show, but I'll never forget. I was watching some show. It was a long time ago. But this young man, this guy was obese. He was trying to figure out how to, he was big, he's overweight. And the doctors told him that he had to lose his weight or he gonna die. Dude, you're 200 pounds overweight. And he would never lose the weight. But his daughter got sick and needed a kidney. He was the only one had the match. But they couldn't operate on him and take his kidney because what? He was overweight.
He was too fat. Yeah.
So he had to lose 200 pounds, 100 pounds, something like that. But he lost it, James. And then he came back and he had to operate. He said, my why became bigger than my how. My daughter's being alive, that's my why. How I'm gonna lose this weight? I'm gonna know how to lose this weight. Cause my why is way bigger than my how. That man lost that weight and saved his daughter.
That's funny you say that. My daughter says something. My daughter's about to graduate from Texas A&M. And so we were talking some months ago, and she started crying. And I said, baby, what's wrong? She said, you don't understand how hard it is, the the level of expectations you've set of being your child.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm listening. She said, well, Daddy, it's just, I've pressed so hard. I said, well, baby, you're right on the doorstep. You graduate in May in 3 years. In Texas A&M. I mean, I'm proud of you. I said, do you feel like I'm not proud? She said, you just don't understand. I said, well, baby, tell me what I don't understand. She said, it's hard to explain something to a man, Daddy, who's never failed. I said, what you mean? She said, Daddy, I ain't never seen you fail at nothing you tried to do. I say, I have fell down a whole lot of times, sweetheart. I just always got up. And it's not that I didn't want you to see it or let you see it, but I wanted you to see your king and to know what to expect and the kind of man you want to follow. And if I ain't him, you ain't gonna never find him because you ain't gonna know what to look for. So I needed to manage your life expectations of how a man's supposed to be. That's what I was trying to give you. So I apologize if I made it look flawless, but it was hard. Now we talking. Now we talking.
Boy, I thought I'd be telling my daughter something. But they gonna expect so much. I mean, it's just gonna be a hard, and I know I'm gonna be a hard act to follow.
We supposed to be, because in this day and age of people, not just women, men limiting themselves on just selling for things they shouldn't. And it's hard. Like a moment that only God could give me. I told my wife, I ain't never got to do nothing over again. My 50th birthday party, my children got up and spoke about how they felt about me. And both of my daughters started to cry, and it got me. And my daughter said, he is my best friend. I know maybe some girls don't talk to their daddy about everything, but I can talk to my daddy about everything. And she just started to cry and could barely finish. She said, I just love him so much. And both of them said the same thing. You know what I mean? And as a man, to have fostered that is a wonderful feeling. You know what I mean? And not perfect as a parent, not perfect in no means. You know what I mean? But I am proud of the man that I've evolved into. And that's the one thing. We let our past endeavors or something we did that we didn't like about ourselves keep us in that place instead of moving forward and finding the best version of ourselves, when all we have to do is dig and move forward. That's our fallacy as man, because we worry too much, I'll say it again, about how people feel, how people think, and they don't control how you eat, sleep, live, or love.
And don't have a heaven or hell to put you in.
No, but listen, you're going to love this one. Now I'm going to leave it right here on the table. Anybody who lives for man applause will die when they boo.
You're right.
I don't live for man's applause or somebody pat me on the back and say, Daddy boy, you're doing a great job with them kids. You're doing a great job in your marriage. You're doing a great job as a father. I don't need nobody to tell me that.
That's my job. I'm supposed to do that.
Listen, man. I was, and I know if it's some men watching, it's gonna say, man, why you tell this story?
No,
but I'm gonna tell it anyway. I'm gonna tell it. I was up here working in my office, and my wife was just heavy on me. So I went downstairs and I saw she was having a day at work. I could see it on her face. So I had to be at practice at 5. So I go put some water on the stove. Start boiling some water. She said, baby, what the water for? I said, don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. So I run back upstairs. So when it's time for me to clock out and get on up out of here, I stop everything I'm doing, get a bowl, pour the water in there, made sure it wasn't scalding hot, mix some cold water in it, put a towel on the floor. She on a conference call. I'm under the table. I put her feet in the bowl. I began to wash her feet. After I washed her feet, I dried them.
Okay, Jesus.
And took some vitamin E oil and massaged her feet. I'm sweating at this point, and put them back in the bowl. And when I raised up, she was crying. And as I was putting the stuff in the truck, she got off of her call. She came to give me a hug. I said, I cannot serve the world and give them everything and not take care of what God blessed me with that I asked him for.
Man, I'm finna go wipe me a couple of feet around this joint. I'm gonna take the towel. Like Jesus. See, people don't understand what you did. If you don't understand, They were sitting around, y'all. You got to go. They were sitting around. We got a rebel. We got Ed Russell on here. They were sitting around, and Jesus sit down and washed the disciples' feet. He took the towel and washed their feet, right? And everybody talking about, Master, no. The man said, to be the one that'll be great, the one that would be the servant. All you did, you serve your. Think about it. God gave you that lady. You appreciate you. I know you think you know cool and you got it, but you understand. You understand who you get. So guess what? You took the towel. You followed your father's example, and you served the woman he gave you. That's what you did.
A attitude of servitude will give you a life of latitude.
Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth. I love it. I love it, man. You know what? I didn't know where we was going to go with this today. People don't understand.
Neither.
I just called, and y'all got to realize. We talked about this, bringing James, and I told him, man, what did I tell you? I got you. I said, what you doing Tuesday? What you doing Thursday? And guess what happened this morning, James? Jimmy got on a plane and got up out of here at 10 o'clock.
Wow.
I said, got him. But man, I just appreciate you, man, for sharing. Cause what you did today, you just communicated life. That's what we do. That's what I try to do every single day. I got this. And I had something I wanted to talk to you about. But guess what? Something else took over the conversation. This article. I wanted to talk, and I want you to touch on it because I can't let you get out of here.
I'm glad you said that, but wait, I'm gonna tell you how God confirmed something.
Okay.
I could find a piece of paper with it on there. I said the next book I was gonna write was gonna be Why Go Pro to Go Broke. No, and that's going pro at anything.
Yeah.
Because just because you make a lot of money, I worked in the bank, so I saw doctors and lawyers be broke at the end of the month. Damn. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you don't understand and educate yourself about money, you will be lost.
A great point.
And why it's easy for me to say, because I'm at this age and I don't have no mortgage. Right. I ain't got no car note and truck note and all that. All that paid off.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So that's how you make yourself comfortable in a different way. But on that about athletes being broke, because they families and everybody have molded them to just play the sport and not worry about their taxes, the upkeep. For instance, if you get $4 million and you buy your mama $1 million house and you get $1 million house, how much is the taxes on that the rest of y'all life? And you haven't invested anything. First thing you should do, if you're going to do something for somebody, is get them out of debt. Don't add more debt. We have been entrenched in a system where our first reaction has been to buy. And then sometimes it's over save, and not understanding how to make money work for you and not against you. Credit ain't bad. It's just bad when you misuse it.
You know what's so unique? I always, when I sit down and talk to the guys that we recruit, and I mean, that's the best part. Recruiting one of these guys to represent them, you see so many different times. And I always tell them, James, I said, I'm gonna give you 3 numbers. I'm gonna give you some numbers. Write this down. I'm gonna say 78. He said, what you mean, Mr. Hatter? I said 78% of all football players, I was talking to footballers, all NFL football players after 2 years removed from their sport are broke, divorced, or unemployed. 78%. All football players. Then I gave him another number. I said 92. He said, what that mean, Mr. Hatter? I said 92% of the black ones. You're a black player, right? He said, yes. 92% of y'all, when you leave the game after 2 years removed from your sport, you're broke. Then I give them another number, James, 0. They said, what's that for, Mr. Hatter? The guys that came and worked with us and stayed with us, 0 of them are broke. In this article, James, it says, professional athletes' salaries has risen steadily in the last 3 decades. But by the time NFL players have retired 2 years, 78% of them, I just said it, have either gone bankrupt or under financial stress because of joblessness or a divorce. What do you got to say to that?
Well, young guys, that's why I do this program, because I have probably about 10 guys out of my program go pro in the next, next year, the year after that. For the next 7 years, I have guys going pro every year. And I'm teaching them financial literacy, and I'm also talking to the parents. See, if you don't educate the family, you still hurting the kid, because they have expectations about his money, because they didn't took them to camps, they didn't spend this money, and mama don't want to work, this person don't want to do this, and that's okay if you the first pick overall. You know what I mean? But you can't go in the 5th round or the 4th round and everybody stop working. But because
James, have you ever told them this, James? Got to tell them this. Treat that first contract like it's your last. Because you remember, you didn't get to the second one.
Come on now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. I just want to add that to you.
So I really try to educate them and the families about things that are doable things until you get where you want to go, and show them what's, because you see 3 million on TV and that's really not 3 million. We forget about Uncle Sam. We forget about if you have kids and child support. We forget about the player taking care of themselves, and we forget about putting some money up, and we forget he's going to go do something nice for himself for all the things he had to go through to get here. Because at the end of the day, no matter what somebody does, the only person that can get him there. Now, I'm not saying the family don't help, but if you ain't got it, you ain't going to get it. And everybody wants their son to be this guy, but sometimes he just is what he is.
Oh, say that one more time.
Everybody want their child to be this guy, but he only gonna be is what he is. You know what I'm talking about?
James,
he just what he is.
James, I put up a stat. I put up the stats from what my son.
I saw it. 19 points a game.
Yeah.
4.1 steals, 3 rebounds. Yeah.
Scouts coming to see him and everything. But guess what? It still might not happen for you. Check this out. Huh? What'd you say? Go. You can.
You know why? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you why it don't happen, man. I'm gonna go ahead. I just gotta go and tell you the truth. I work with a lot of athletes, man. A lot of people break when they meet the person that has the same talent they have and the same everything, and they will not strong enough, and it changes them.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, that dog on dog. You know what I'm talking about. Everybody ain't got that. And the parents could see their child ain't got that and overlook it and won't say nothing to them. They see their child fold and don't know how to fix it. They go tear the kid down instead of building them up, or doing something to build something in them to put on top of that to make them a little better. They let them skip them workouts because now they're a 5-star or a 4-star, and they should be working like they're a goddamn free agent.
James,
or like they're a walk-on.
Jay, I told this story on this show. I told him, your habits, I represent athletes all, but before you was born, son, your habits didn't line up to a professional athlete. Your habits lined up to a CEO. You'd rather go, I tell him, man, let's go work out. He said, man, I got to study for this test. I got to do it. Man, I got a test to do tomorrow. Guess what? I knew that's where his head was, mamas and daddies. But hold on, man. I'm going to show you something, y'all. I'm reading this in this article. I forgot to tell y'all this. They had one kid. I ain't going to call his name in the article. Well, he ain't no kid. He's a grown man. He once invested almost $70,000. This athlete now. $70,000 in an inflatable raft that will sit on the furniture in areas that risk at floods. Somebody that came him told him, man, we're going to build some inflatable rafts to go up under the furniture. We're going to sell it to the people in the floodplains so their furniture can be on the raft. And he paid that bread. He paid that bread. James, yes.
Listen,
yes.
I sat down with an NFL player when I was at the bank, and there was a whole lot of other people in the room waiting to talk to him. I went down to the edge. You know him. I'll tell you when we get off.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we sitting across from each other, and his dad was right there, and I asked him a question.
Uh-huh.
I said, tell me how much does it take to take care of yourself every month? He said, I don't know. I said, well, come back when you do. I'm going to reschedule.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Come back when you do. Because I need you to know how much it takes to take care of yourself every month. So if this thing ends tomorrow, you're going to be all right. If you can't give them that number, we can't put something together for you that's going to work for you. I need to get an honest number.
James, as long as you've been around, one guy, they said this, they said, check this out. They said, what's the most dangerous thing that could happen to an athlete financially? And an owner said, hey, hold up, man, Siri. Hey, y'all,
she be ready, don't she?
Hold up. Her ass don't work when I need her to work. And now she gonna work when I don't need her to work. But check this out. They said divorce. What the most dangerous thing that can financially happen to an athlete? They said divorce, James.
I talked to my parents about that too. The one thing, you can do everything for your child, but you just can't choose who they love. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they want what they've always seen. That don't understand that they wouldn't have wanted them any other way.
Hello, Sonia Howard is in the building. Dallas is back in the building. Hey, they from all over the world. We got Germany in the house. You're on the World Wide Web now, but James, man, I'm just sitting here thinking. I'm going through this stuff, James. They said, hold up, James, hold up, James, hold up, y'all. I love this article. I've been wanting to talk about this, James. They said at least the NFL's Players Association said at least 78 players lost a total of over $42 million between 1999 and 2002 because they trusted money or financial advisors with questionable background.
So I'm glad you said that. No, stop right there. Put a pin right there. These players started dealing with people who were not attached to nobody. Oh, let me go back. I'm about to fix it. Most athletes, okay, ask them this, some of the new ones that you get.
Okay.
Their perception of the bank is a teller line and you go cash a check and you get your money back.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
But they don't understand that there's a private bank.
Yeah.
There are other asset lenders in the bank. There are all kind of places, you know what I mean, that you can go within the bank to take care of your money, that if that person leaves, your money gonna still be there, and Wells, Chase, whoever has to insure your money if you just walk up and leave. Now, when you go to J&J Financial, that got an office in the Galleria on the 13th floor, that where they paying rent, okay? They can leave and take your 42 million and go about their business, and you have nobody. Okay, they gonna we got this with the FDIC and da. I want somebody. I may have to pay 1 point more or 1% more on my dollar, but I would rather pay that dollar. Then you get my point. Then I know my money is safe. But that's, again, lack of education and people just saying, this is my boy. I gave him $1 million and he gave me 75,000 back within 3 months. It's a scam. It don't seem like it because he got the good suit on. He in the Bentley off somebody else's money. But it happens with everything. Bernie Madoff did that to people.
Yes. And Stanford, Stanford.
Yeah, right there in
Stanford.
the gallery across from,
Hey, was paying out big money to everybody because he was
But what
using
I'm
other people's money.
saying,
Huh? I'm sorry.
if you go to a reliable institution, I don't care all the trouble the Chases, the Wells have. If your money is in their financial system, they not getting up and leaving. B of A ain't getting up, closing up shop. They too big to fail. You ain't seen that yet?
They get bailouts.
They get bailouts. But J&J don't get no bailouts. They gone. And he gonna pull a couple of million of your money out, file bankruptcy, and you done. And then people were giving agents and their marketing people power of attorney over their money.
You never do that.
But they didn't know that. Again, they didn't know. All they knew is I can go get what I want, when I want, how I want. I'm gonna go hurt and buy him a car, a house, make sure he get this much money on his credit card. He fine. That's all he know. You just keep playing. I got you. Oh, I just got you an endorsement. Here's $100,000, but he done hit you for a meal ticket.
Hey, I'm finna help Brad out because we're gonna end the show, and I thank you. But Brad Austin said them thoughts. Man, let me tell you something. Them mamas done took more money than them girls gonna ever take. I'm finna tell you right now, the mammies think that's stay money. I'm just telling you, y'all talking about them that little money he getting them gals, he gonna get him another girl. He gonna replace them. The mama is the one.
Man, will beat you over the head.
I hate to tell y'all that. I know y'all, I would never do that to my son. Some of your
let me tell you the worst part about it.
Huh?
Now, let me tell you the worst part about it. They get the money from their kids, and they don't get it to do a lot of stuff for them. They do it to do stuff for their friends and their other family members. No child should not have to get juju out of jail.
No. I got one for you. Your kid a rookie. Okay? First round draft pick, but toward the end. He come to town. You go buy 50 tickets. The mammy ain't asked him. Go buy 50 tickets and they put it on his bill.
Go ahead. You ain't saying nothing wrong.
And the kid called me and said, see, let me tell you something, man. I got in the middle of a situation one time with a mama and a player. I don't know about y'all, but this kid was going to have a hell of a tax liability if I didn't find out where this $5 million went. See, y'all thinking them girlfriends, Mammy's taking $5 million. I didn't say 500,000. It was a $5 million. I'm gonna put it like this. I ain't saying she took it, but she was handling it, and it was $5 million unaccounted for. So I told him, and guess what he tell me? Man, you got to go in here and talk to her with me. Big mistake. Shouldn't have never did it. I went in there, mom and the boyfriend in there. I said, $5 million is unaccounted for. He gonna have if we don't find it now, he gonna have a tax liability in the next 2 or 3 years that's gonna kill him. Both the boyfriend and mama both dropped their head at the same time. I walked out of it. My mammy been mad at me ever since. She ain't spoke to me since. It ain't the thoughts. I just had to help you out. It ain't the thoughts.
That's true.
The thought gonna be limited to what they can get. Them mamas, these dudes let the mamas have access to everything. Unbelievable. That's a true story. That's gonna be in my book.
Man, that is
I'm
definitely
gonna tell y'all more in my
true.
book. But I've got other Dominique Wilkins. He'll tell you. Ain't no girls got my mama. The mamas think that money theirs, man. That's their baby. That's my baby. And hold up, now you got these moms that take the kids everywhere. I take him here. I take him here. Can you imagine what's gonna happen if he make pro? Sonya, I'm telling you. And the mama ain't spoke to me since. I'm sorry.
But one thing I can say, My parents and my organization have been very receptive of understanding about money, about looking at it that way, because I give them real life situations. No, I really do. And show them how you can ruin your child, how you can ruin his life, how, you know. And then, by the way, I never told anybody, go to proprocessacademy.com. That's proprocessacademy.com, and look at my website. Okay. If I have any business owners on here that want to donate to my foundation, we love it. We're 501c3.
He sure going out for that bread, but keep talking.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's for the baby.
Hey, hold up. I got you. Hey, I got you a great donor. That donor me and you've been talking about, but since the pandemic, I ain't been able to get down there.
Yeah, I got you.
You ain't got to worry about that.
My boy.
We've been talking about it. Okay.
I think the biggest thing is getting people to understand money, poverty, middle class, and wealth, because what we think rich is not rich. What we think having money is not having money. And so we get so enamored by having a little something that we run out of it so fast that we don't know how to hold on to something and grow it. We just know how to use it. And we need to stop using it up and learn how to get it to lift us up. And I know that sounds cliche-ish, but at some point, we can't keep throwing it all away and we don't own nothing. We don't own our house. We don't own our cars. And I'm not talking about nothing. So let me get this out of the way. I ain't talking about something that I ain't doing. That is done. So I ain't on here preaching and I'm around here got a whole bunch of debt and this and that. No.
Right.
And then, but if you tell people you got something, you're bragging. It's about, and then you can come check my records. I don't use no money from my program to pay none of my bills. That's for my babies. Get out the way. I got teased when I got into this because I used my own money as seed money, and me and the God that I serve know that. And so when you are doing it that way, it's always a reward to it. And just, man, be more mindful of your children and what they're seeing, what they're doing, and get your kids to read more. Our young men are not reading enough. We no longer have imagination. Like if you ain't got no imagination, what you got? I used to dream about playing ball, doing something big, understanding adversity. And that's another thing. Stop running from adversity. Stop running from a challenge. Man, I want my kid to play against the best players they can play against. Don't go to a tournament because it's easy, or put him on another team because he's going to be a star. Put him on the teams with the dogs so he can be judged fairly, so you can see if he really got it. It ain't always about politics. Let me tell you something. If your child can play, a coach want to keep his job. He is going to play the best player. And if your child the best, put him where the best is and let's eat.
Hey, we going to end with that one because we done went into a little overtime. We going to end with thank you, Jay. I got to have you back. We got to come back for another tune-up, and I'll let you know. But, man, I thank you so much for at short notice. I enjoy just sitting back, listening. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm headed to play me a little golf. I'm going to listen to this show again on the golf course. I want to hear this show again. So, and I want everybody to share this show. And if you're on YouTube, if you're not subscribed to the show. But thank you so much, man. I can't wait. I can't wait till this thing over with so we can take care of business that we need to take care of. But
I got you, man. I appreciate it.
But as Jimmy say, we're going to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing.
Well, you take care, man. Thank you for having me.
I'll see you later. All right, let me hit that button. Out, y'all.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.